Hey ladies and gentlemen, Simon here with a new episode of The Mandalorian Season 2. This is Chapter 2. And before I get into sort of the preview of the episode, a couple of things just to note. First and foremost, with YouTube's updated copyright system, which now kind of automatically flags videos, it's even more difficult than normal to get a reaction up to The Mandalorian. Last season wasn't too difficult. This season, especially last week, I had to edit the episode numerous times in order to try and get it up onto the site without it being automatically blocked, in which Disney were then rejecting any claims. So, you may notice this time around that in addition to it being transparent, it may be cropped a little differently, or potentially there might even be a watermark on there. I'm really going to be sort of playing around with the edit on this, just to see what works and what doesn't. So again, apologies if it's not quite as clear as it was last season, or if it's cut in a different way than it used to be. It's YouTube's new system, and Disney really just not accepting the claims. So, that being said, let's talk about the show. Yes, last week was a fantastic episode. It was a case of, there was so many bits of canon that were brought in, whether it was from, the old legends, or whether it was new stuff that, we'd seen before, but it never really been kind of confirmed up until now. Obviously, the biggest of those, Boba Fett surviving the Sarlacc pit. Very end of the episode, we saw Tamora Morrison, who played the clones back in the prequel films. Obviously, Boba Fett is an unaltered version of a clone of Jango Fett. So he would look and sound exactly like Jango Fett did. Obviously, he's got some burn marks, some scorch marks. You would assume that's probably from either the acid in the stomach of the Sarlacc or from his escape. How he escaped is going to be an interesting one. Whether he broke out himself or whether it was from the debris from Jabba's barge being, raining down on the Sarlacc. There was, I think, a mention of the fact that when Jabba's barge did explode, it did do damage to the Sarlacc, which could have in turn allowed Boba to escape. Again, his scars could be from the barge, pieces of the barge and debris hitting him whilst he was in the Sarlacc pit. Either way, I'm hoping we really do. We must get an answer in this next episode, because I would imagine that, the Mando isn't going to stay on Tatooine for the whole series. He's going to be there for this episode, at most the next episode. It's not going to be very long, and I don't think Boba has a ship, so I think he's going to have to confront the Mandalorian within this next episode or two, which is going to be super exciting because the Mando has his armor. We met Cobb Vanth in the last episode, which again is a character who was talked about in the Aftermath series. And I've read the Aftermath series, but it's been a long time, which is why I didn't recognize him straight away. And he, again, there was basically talk of him having found Boba's armor. And, again, everything is alluded to in these books, and to see it brought to life on screen is pretty awesome. I really love the way that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are taking those small elements from the books, from games, whatever it is, and just bringing them into life in the series. Obviously, we got a lot of look into the Tusken Raiders and Crate Dragons, which, I believe are from the Star Wars Galaxies game, I think, which I never played, to be honest. I think they were in Knights of the Old Republic as well, the Pearls specifically, though they were much smaller, which is why I thought it was an egg, because I was thinking to myself, there's no way that's too big to be a Pearl. But I guess it makes sense with the size of the Crate Dragon, that, the Pearl would be a bigger size than it was before. But yeah, I'm just expecting a lot of good things from this episode. I really can't wait. So we're going to jump in. Before we do, I want to say a big thank you to my Patreon super supporters: Frank Tremel, Karen Abel, Ace, Nick Walters, The Seven Deadly Sins, Damon Smallwood, Clara, Michael Y, Clara Gros-Louis, Mr. Greg 89, Patrick Sullivan, Jason Jepson, Aviv Davidson, and Tyrone Tyrone. So, without further ado, let us jump in and let's watch the next episode of The Mandalorian. It's a trap! Oh, he's speeding into it. Oh no! Oh, Baby Yoda! Nice reactions. Oh shit. Oh, nice. Don't you fucking dare.
Don't hurt the child.
Shoot him in the back. Aww.
You okay?
Aww. Look at him. He's a baby. Yeah. Oh my god. Yes. Thank you. That was amazing. Oh, I love this music. Oh, it sounds so good. Oh, it's the old bug from the original New Hope. They brought that back into canon.
You finally found a Mandalorian and you killed him? You might be in luck. Dr. Mandible here says he's connected with some...
Dr. Mandible.
You cover us all this way.
Oh. Oh, look at him.
No, I hear you, but I can vouch for her.
Her then. She's adorable. They're eggs.
Is she sure there are Mandalorians there?
And just imagine how this looks on script.
I thought you said you vouched for her on your life.
She played him again. So I was wrong about him staying on Tatooine. He wants the eggs. Again, listen to the music. It's so serene. I just love that shot. Is he trying to protect the eggs or is he trying to eat them? Uh-oh. Don't, no, that's not food. He just ate one of the eggs.
Don't do that again.
Just ate one of the eggs. Oh, he's got his own little hammock. Oh. Uh-oh. Attack foils in S foils in attack position. Oh shit! It's Dave Filoni again. Are we gonna see Dave Filoni die on screen? That'd be something. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, oh! What a trick to lose him. Oh, that classic kind of crashing to the ground sound. Oh! Oh, damn, that was some fine piloting. Uh-oh. The ground may not be entirely stable. What planet are we on? It can't be Ilum because the Empire is on Ilum. And I'm pretty sure it's far away from Tatooine. So this is going to be a survival episode. Oh no, there's a hole in the hull. Is Baby Yoda okay? Is he cold? Can we get him a blankie? Oh no! Oh no! Is she gonna notice that there's any missing? Oh shit, I didn't realise he kept that droid from the Prison Break episode. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. That's really gonna... I mean, it's gonna motivate him. So they had us all tricked. They had us all thinking that this was going to be like the Jedi Temple on Ilum when we saw it in the trailer. Oh, it's a hot spring.
There you are.
I mean,
Can't leave the ship. It's not safe out here.
but it's warm. And she's got her eggs in the water. Don't leave the baby near them. Nope, nope.
Let's get no.
Oh. Uh-oh. No. What are they eggs? Are they eggs? Can't eat them. Again, I love the kind of like 80s synth music here. Oh my god. Oh no. Is that a spider? Oh! Oh no. Oh, they're starting to wake up. This is bad. This is really bad. I didn't want this from this episode. It's spiders. No, this is not a horror show, Mandalorian. Oh no, there's a big one. There's a mama spider. No, 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 no. Oh. Oh. Oh, did he kill the mama? I'm not convinced the Big Mama's dead until I don't know. I need more evidence. Look at the way he scurries across the floor. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Flamethrower. Nice. Oh my god, look how many there are. Come on, Baby Yoda, you gotta do something here. Oh, you gotta do something here. Yeah, you got a little blaster. That's so cool. Also, it's gonna decompress the hold. Unless he's just gonna fly around the planet. Oh, it's the Big Mama. I knew she wasn't dead. I told you I wanted evidence. Is that the X-Wing? That sounds like an X-Wing. The X-Wing pilot saved him. Damn, Dave Filoni's getting more than just a cameo this episode. Again, the frost effects on his helmet are so cool. Come on. Look at Baby Yoda shaking. Yeah, you can't eat any more eggs. He still took one? You cheeky... Yeah. Okay, so a much shorter episode this week. I mean, it was actually really short. compared to, I'm trying to remember now how long each of the episodes were last season, but this came in at around about 35, 37 minutes. And, they tricked us. They tricked us in the trailer because the moment we all saw that ice planet show up in the trailer and he's walking through the caves, I think most of us were thinking, that's Ilum. That's going to be a Jedi temple because he's going to be looking for Jedi. But they tricked us. Instead of getting a Jedi temple on Ilum, we got spiders. We got ice spiders. I despise spiders. I hate them so much. I genuinely was creeped out. It doesn't take. I mean, it takes a lot to really, get to me. I don't tend to get scared by horror films. I don't tend to get spooked out by much stuff. But spiders, they do it. They really do it. I can't stand seeing them, on screen and the way they scuttled about, and it's just a nightmare scenario. Can you imagine just being like trapped and all of these spiders of various sizes start crawling towards you with the intent of eating you, and it's just horrible. But it was an interesting episode. Dave Filoni got a bit more than a cameo this time around, and I'm assuming the other X-Wing pilot was another director, because that seems to be the way that, they've been doing this. Obviously, last season it was Dave Filoni, Deborah Chow, and I forget the name of the third director who was in it. But they tend to have the X-Wing pilots be, those the directors of some of the episodes in the season. So it was nice. It was nice to see Dave Filoni again, and he got a bit more of a role in this episode. And I like the fact that they saved him from, the spiders, because I was sitting there thinking, how is he going to get out of this? There's a massive mama spider, which I knew wasn't dead. The moment that, they kind of showed the collapsed cave and the spider sort of laying motionless, I'm like, is it just knocked out? I don't trust it. I was wrong about I was wrong about him staying on Tatooine. He really didn't stay long at all. I was like, oh yeah, maybe 2 or 3 episodes he'll be there and we'll get to see Boba. But as it turns out, no, that wasn't the case. I think they're gonna drag the Boba thing out. Reveal him in the first episode, but don't have the Mando go back until probably the second to last episode or the last episode. When he was talking about the passenger, I was thinking, oh shit, what if that's going to be Boba? Like, what if Boba's the contact? And, he's trying to find out who this Mando is, and he wants his armor back. But it wasn't to be. It was the frog person. I don't think we got a name. But again, we saw little things that they were trying to kind of bring back into canon. Dr. Mandible was one of them, which, the original cut of A New Hope, because they were on such a tight budget, a lot of the monsters, you had the Wolfman, you had Dr. Mandible, there were so many monsters that just looked really kind of cheesy and were just big versions of like bugs or something. And later on, George Lucas removed them in the special edition, for monsters that didn't really look too much better, for being honest. So it's nice to see just a little nod to the original cuts of the original films. It may look stupid, it may look a little bit cheesy, but it's what Star Wars was, So it's just nice to see them paying a little bit of homage to that. I couldn't believe the Baby Yoda eating the eggs. I mean, come on, Baby Yoda. It's like, really? This is the eggs of this mother, and he's just there, just like chomping down on them. And his appetite is what got them in trouble in the first place. He went in and ate this baby spider, and that woke the rest of them up. It's like, he's adorable. I love him, but he is a little shit sometimes. But it was a nice kind of transition episode. To get us from one place to another, add a little bit of a horror survival aspect into it. Which is, again, this is one of the great things about this show, is that you get all different kinds of genres depending on what episode it's going to be. They can test out, because they are, episodic, they can test the waters with different themes. We had in the first season we had like a Seven Samurai episode. You know, you had many different themes, and in this season so far, this episode, this was the horror themed episode. And one thing I really liked was like the music. You had like this 80s synth music as you were on the ice planet. It was brilliant. I loved it. And then again, the Western music back on Tatooine. I love how they have location themed music, and they're all really well done. The soundtrack to this is brilliant. It really is some excellent work, and you know, you look at the CGI in this as well. The CGI is amazing. You know, this episode, everything looked spot on. It looked good enough to be in a film, you know, a blockbuster film. But then again, this show does have a massive budget. So yeah, we're already a quarter of the way through the season. You know, we've not seen Cara Dune, we've not seen Moff Gideon, we've, you know, not seen any Jedi. There's a lot to unpack in the last 3 quarters of this season, and I say 3 quarters like it's a lot. It's 6 episodes. You know, there's not a whole heap of content there, but there's a fair chunk. So I'm hoping that this is the shortest episode of the season, because that did seem very short. So I would take this horror themed episode to be the short one, so that we could get longer episodes further down the line, that, you know, have more of the meat of the main story. But this in of itself was a really cool one, and I'm just trying to think back as to whether I've missed any kind of you know, sort of Easter eggs or anything, but this definitely wasn't as heavily laden with Easter eggs as the, you know, first episode, simply because this had a much simpler premise. You know, obviously they were playing Sabacc in the cantina, which is a nice thing, because up until I think Solo, I don't think Sabacc had been put into canon, like in the films. So yeah, little things like that. It's just very nice. But no, it was a decent episode. Really did enjoy it. Obviously not as good as the first one, but that doesn't mean it was bad. It was good. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one.